Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is John with Addicted to Fishing. And today we're going to cover kind of a twofer. We're going to cover line and how to spool a line, how to spool your reel. More specifically, spinning reels. I know a lot of people ask how to keep the line twists out of your spinning reel. So we're going to dive into that a little bit. First off, I'm going to show you a few of the different lines that I like to use. And these are absolutely in no particular order. There, guys, there's something all over that spool, and they want it all over my hands too. So anyway, most of my spinning gear, I'll run like 4 6-pound tests, particularly the BPS line. And then for my more finessey stuff, I've really gotten into this nylon copolymer. This is Trilene Sensation. It's 4-pound, and you can see it's orange. My casting rods, I generally use Berkley Big Game. This happens to be 15-pound, and then a 50-pound braid. Again, that's in no particular order or reason why I'm doing that. I'm not trying to cover all that right now. And then for my crappie and panfish stuff and some open water, real finessey stuff, I use this Leland Lures SOS Trout. This is a 2-pound. And then in Crappie Max, I use 4-pound. And I'm not 100% dedicated to just these couple of brands of lines. I generally try to find something that's on sale or on clearance. Usually something that I've used in the past and I've had great success with. So real quick, guys, I'll cover casting. And I kind of did this in another video. When you're spooling up a casting reel, make sure you hold your spool this way. I've got a little eye and wing nut back here. I can, this is for my small spools, but I can pop it on there real quick and spool it. Make sure it comes off the top, and that's on your casting. The big one that a lot of people have problems with spooling is your spinning reels. So when you're spooling a spinning reel, and I take this one off the rod, and it makes it a lot better for me to figure it out. But anyway, you want to look at your reel dead on. So for you guys to see this, you got your reel looking dead on, and figure out what direction that spool's moving. So in this case, it's moving it's moving clockwise. So then what you have to do is grab your spool. I'll use this little XL, and it sits down. But in this case, we can see this is rolling counterclockwise. So we want the label down so that it comes off the spool exactly in the same direction as your reel. So if your reel, and you pick it up and you wind it, and your reel goes clockwise, the line needs to come off clockwise. If it goes counterclockwise, you need the line coming off counterclockwise. A very big misconception is the label always goes up. And that's not true. And for about 80%, and maybe even closer to 90% of the spools of line I mess with, the line doesn't come off that way. Let's just check a big game. If I was wanting to put 15-pound, I got the label side up, grab the little tag end. Sometimes that's easier said than done. If I'm looking at it, it's coming off clockwise. So the label would go up. If I were to put it on this way. It'll be coming off counterclockwise, which is absolutely wrong. Again, trout magnet line. It's coming off up when it's upside down. It comes off the correct way. So, guys, you really got to pay attention when you're putting your line on, which way the line comes off the spool versus which way it needs to go on the spool. Again, you can cheat it if you want. I don't label any of my reels, but you could simply put a label, down here. This is 50-pound braid. And I could put 50-pound braid. I could put on there clockwise, counterclockwise, C or CC, whatever you want to do to help remember it. There's all kinds of little things you can do. But that's the big thing, guys. Look at how the line goes on the spool versus how it's coming off the spool or on the reel versus off the filler spool. And then what you want to do when you go to spool it, whether it's a casting reel or a casting rod, I go ahead and I put my rod and reel together. Let me see if I got a combo sitting here real easy to access. And I don't, but I'll grab the little rod that I've been using with this Abu Garcia. This is just a little rod and reel get up that I use in the river. If I'm throwing if I'm fishing for channel cats, sometimes I'll fish for other stuff with this combo, but mainly it's for my channel cats. So anyway, what I do is I bring all the line through all my guides, bring it down, tie a little simple knot onto the reel. Then I grab my line, pinch it between my fingers, and spool it up. And then when you spool it up, you got to make sure that you stop and don't over spool it. So a combination, guys, of pinching your line and holding it tight and making sure the line is going on correctly will stop those line twists. You should be able to hold the line, the end of the rod over top of the spool and it not start twisting. If you do those two things, hold the line, pinch that line, and make sure it's coming off the right way, you should 100% eliminate line twist. So anyway, guys, it's just a quick video. Again, I just showed a couple of different lines that I use just to kind of add a little bit to this video. Again, there's no particular order there. It's just a couple of the types of lines that I use. And then again, how to spool either a bait caster or a spinning reel. I figure most people knew how to spool a bait caster, but the spinning reel is the one I get the most. Also, just with that, pinching that line and helping make sure it gets on there tight and not overfilling a spool should also help eliminate some of those wind knots. Wind knots, you're not going to get rid of them 100% by just keeping that tight, not over spooling it, but it's a good start to help you do that. Anyway, guys, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I'm putting out a new video. And like always, comment, share, like the video, and we'll see you in the next one.